DBS plays.
There we go. Yeah, I was having to concentrate there for a moment. We'll jump off, jump off. Yes! Cool bonus. I can't remember what that is. Whee! Sonic 2 on Game Gear reference. I forgot to mention Studiopolis, and now this one. It is cool that they have new places. Like, these are completely new places. The thing is, I think there's only like maybe 2 or 3 completely original places altogether in this game. Because most of it is just remixed versions of past games, or they come from past games. What was I gonna say? Let's see. I think it was, but I think they were originally going to try and have more original stages, but head of Sonic Team was like, no, put... It was something like this, like, no, put mostly old stages. Yeah, just put just mainly old stages. And so that's why we only have like 2 or 3 completely original stages. Now, it was kind of cool how some of the stages that aren't completely original were actually inspired by past, were actually inspired by like cut levels, I think. Like, I think the Western type level was a cut level from one of the games. But, oh, you know. Yeah, that was neat. I'm not gonna deny that. But anyway. Let's see here. I don't remember exactly how many stages, or how many, like, zones are in this game. Whoa, 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 whoa. I forgot that happens. Anything special over here? I always feel like there's gonna be something special over here. Over in the areas like this. But then, usually there's not, but sometimes, you know, you gotta explore it because you have no idea. There could be something there. So yeah. Bottom line with the indie developer thing, I understand they're trying their best and they're doing a good job. It's just, you know, there's just some of these cases where it just feels like there's always something missing. Now I've tried Ukulele. I guess that's technically an indie game. I know it was made by former developers of Rare, or some. Okay, the company itself was formed by former employees of Rare. But okay, yeah, a genius move on my part. But anyway. I don't know. I couldn't get into ukulele though. There we go. I tried ukulele. I really tried to get into ukulele, at least the first one. And that just wasn't happening. I haven't really played that much of The Impossible Lair, the sequel, which feels like I know my video was controversial, talking about like how usually 2D sequels and stuff feel like downgrades from their 3D. You know, I'm sorry, that's just how I feel. I feel like they're. But anyway, I haven't played too much of it. It could end up, maybe I'll end up enjoying it, but you know, I could have been more clear in that video though, where I was talking about sequels that went backwards. But let's see here. Which I feel like I've been thinking about making a video kind of clarifying what I mean in that video and what I, you know, if I change my mind at all about certain things from that video, you know, what I've mentioned before. Let's see. Woo. You know, at least this isn't like Sonic CD where it just slows you down if you, or it takes away more time if you land in the area that makes you slower. Like, I hated that from Sonic CD. I know this is supposed to be a challenge, but come on now. Come on now, come on now, thank you. But in any case, I kind of lost my train of thought. Well, good. You know, I remember when people were like, I remember whenever Flying Battery Zone was being revealed on this game, like, you know, that it was going to be in this game, people were cheering, yeah! We haven't seen it in forever! And like, except when we've seen it many times in, except whenever we've seen it thousands of times in, like, you know, when we play it in the, collections of re-releases. Yeah, I know Sonic 3 hasn't been released as many times as, Sonic's 1 and 2, but it's still been re-released a lot, so we've seen plenty of Flying Battery Zone from Sonic and Knuckles. But I remember seeing people like, you know, like, yeah, it's cool to see some kind of return of it, but it's not like we haven't seen it many times already. You know how it is. It's just... Now, if it was like something like, okay, here's what I would have liked to have seen in like which is something I think a lot of people would have liked to have seen in like Sonic. I mean, there's definitely a lot they would have liked to see in Sonic Generations 3DS. Which I've heard that like that was probably more of a marketing tactic to like ask fans what they'd like to see, but the production of it was probably too far in development by the time the survey came out. That was probably too far in production. But I think what would have been nice to see what probably would have been nice to see is something like okay, Sonic Generations 3DS was supposed to be a celebrate, or what it was, they kind of hinted at was meant to be like a celebration of the portable games. Of more so, you know, like maybe, you know, Sonic Generations in terms of the portable games, okay. Well, Green Hill Zone was going to be expected because that was even in the portable version of Sonic 1 for Game Gear. But like, and I think the level design may have been like that. And I think some of the other level designs have, like, were meant to copy their portable counterparts. Like whenever they got the Sonic Colors. But what ended up, the only game that ended up having, the only game that ended up being like a fully portable game from, you know, from Sonic's history was Sonic Rush, and they had to pick the one stage that had the most annoying music in the entire game, and possibly even in the entire franchise, which was that water park one. I can't think of the name right now, but of course that was the one they picked that was like that. And I'm just thinking, like, I'm just sitting there like, oh my gosh, of course, this is the one portable one they have, and it's one of the worst. Okay, the stages themselves aren't the worst, even though it's got water. Maybe you could, like, let me actually attack there, buddy? Oh yeah, it's gotta hit one of these crates. Okay, well, obviously not that crate. There we go. That's what it was. But anyway. Oh, crap. I wanted to hit it up in the air a lot. But yeah. It was really dumb, like, with the fact that, like, how Act 2 was just, okay, let's go forward some. Or let's go, yeah, for them forward. But, like, yeah. See, that survey, they should have actually waited. See, they could have asked that survey. They should have asked that survey and maybe found a way to not spoil that what kind of Sonic game we were getting after Colors. You know, I'm sure that was part of it, was like they wanted to ask, like, after the reveal, but, like, I think they should have asked, like, you know, they should have asked before the reveal, like, what stages they like, what portable stages fans like. They could have done that in, like, 2000, at least in, like, earlier 2010 or something. That should have been a thing, but instead, they asked, like, when it was already in production. But, yeah, the only stage, and it was one of the worst, had some of the worst music that they barely remixed, honestly. They just kept it mostly the same, which is bad. I hated that, I mean, I honestly, I think that Sonic, outside of, like, games like Sonic Chronicles, I think that Sonic Rush has one of the worst, most annoying, at least, soundtracks. It has one of the weakest, like, most annoying soundtracks. I know there's a lot of people saying it's got an amazing soundtrack, one of the best. I'm like, no. But anyway, Yeah, wasn't a fan of the Sonic Rush soundtrack. It was quite annoying. But I think it was like, was it like the same people or same person who did the soundtrack for Jet Set Radio or something? Well, that game's got an annoying soundtrack, so that probably explains why it's so bad. So yeah, I like good music. So anyway, but what would have been nice to have in Sonic and 3DS Sonic Generations, or I guess Gens 3D, which technically is funny to say it like that because that only means like the visuals and not the gameplay, because the gameplay is almost all 2D. I mean, that would have been fine, but you know, like a lot of fans agree that the 3DS version definitely felt like an afterthought, and not like the actual, not like they put as much heart into that one as the console version, the home console version. See, at least with I think it's because in contrast, the DS version of Sonic Colors was actually pretty good, and it felt like they actually put a little more work into it. Well, in terms of like extra content and stuff, than the console version. It actually had more of the characters too. Obviously, all the cutscenes were just relegated to still images, but of the characters talking to each other. But the point is, they actually had more of the characters, but the console version didn't. Dang it, I'm slowing down too much. I'm running out of time too. Come on, UFO! Stop running. Stop flying away. Come to me. Come to me, my child. I think there is a point. There is a cap to this speed. I don't think I'm gonna get... I remember this one being the most annoying one, though. Like, for some reason, this one is just the worst one. And oh, how I wish they would have, like, updated this game later on to be like, Sonic Origins, where you could use a coin or something and retry. Because finding these are kind of annoying. But anyway. Yeah, Sonic... yeah, Sonic... I didn't mean to do that. Oh well. Sonic Generations 3D, a very disappointing game, but at least the console version was as good as it was. But what they could have had in that one, as many fans would agree, they could have had the Game Gear titles. They could have had those. They could have had you know, levels. I don't feel like doing this. They could have had the Game Gear levels. They could have had like some of the Game Gear levels. They could have had, let's see, I'm trying to think of, they could have had, the ones from Sonic Advance. That would have been great. They could have had the ones from, and then, you know, also, the Sonic Rush games. I think that would have been good. Now, again, like I was saying, at least when it came to the Sonic Colors level that they had there, it was actually the DS version, not the Wii version, or not trying to be like the Wii version. It was actually meant to be like the portable version. But still, it was very disappointing to see that they didn't go with like Sonic Advance. Speaking of Advance, someone's playing the Game Boy Advance thing. I forgot how to turn those off. I need to look in the settings sometimes. Oh yeah, I gotta like wait on him to do something. Or do that while he's jumping. Okay, well at the very least they did make those a little more clear. Dude, don't you dare take me away from my range. There we go. I can't remember. Okay, no, the Sonic CD one is not here. Let's see here. I think this was originally not here, if I remember correctly. But, you know what, folks? I think I'll call it a day for that one. I've played enough. Yeah, I know, Sonic and Tails, you're disappointed, but this is the way they were looking, you know. But anyway, folks, thanks for watching this session. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you're seeing this on my, if you're seeing this on MOPGX, it'll eventually come out the full session. If you want to see the full session, it'll be on my channel or my main channel, Danny Benes. If it's not, anyway, if you want to watch them in separate videos, they'll be out first on. Well, you've already seen, so on MOPGX. But anyway, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and all that jazz, and have yourself a good day or night.